Legends assemble. We are live.
Hello.
We are live. Estamos con.
That's
Liana.
so racist.
How's my impression? Is it good?
Impression of what?
Don Francisco.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Don Francisco is?
No.
Gosh, I thought you were Latinx, Latinx.
Yeah, but I'm like white.
Actually, Bato has
Or-
one impression, and it's just a Latino guy. They're all the same.
Yeah, that's how deep my bag
If he
is.
did it with George Lopez,
My God.
Antonio Banderas, it would sound just like that.
You guys have never seen the show. It's named after me, Sabado Gigante. Don Francisco hosted it. You remember that show?
What are you talking about?
We're here with Lee. Thank you so much, Lee, for coming on. Lee, if you guys in chat want to get to know already, we see Dren, Kiwi, Go Hunt a Fish, Cece tapping in for Lee. If you guys want to get to know Lee, Mark the Legend, hell yes. The Curb Destroyer is here.
Someone said the throuple episode.
The throuple episode.
Someone said that, or did Nick say that?
No, it's
It's in chat. It is in chat. It is in chat. If you would like to get to know our
I
shared
can see you
girlfriend a
guys
little
look.
more. Oh, there we go.
Pissing me off.
If you guys want to get to know Lee a little bit more and show her some love, please throw the follow on Twitter and Instagram right there. Is going to be popping up in chat. Or
trust
you can
me,
just
she'll
use-
talk to anyone.
Reggie, what's up in chat, Legend? Thank you for coming
You want
through.
me to tell you why I'm here?
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to know. Why are you here, Lee?
Nick harassed me into coming on. I
Okay,
said no,
Jesus.
no. And then
No.
he said, Bato's gonna get mad at me. So I said, okay.
No way.
I did say that last part.
Is
but
that like your wheelhouse, just using my name to
Yeah.
like pressure people into anything or disguise your intentions?
it's like help me help you type of thing. It's like your abuse gets transferred through me to someone else.
And then he
I
was
see. So it's like
gaslighting
it's bigger than me.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not just letting me down. That's your
Yeah.
that is your MO.
Yeah.
Okay. I that's pretty good. I will say it's a pretty good tactic, but you know it's not true, Lee.
And then he gaslighted me because I said, okay, fine. And then I took it back like 10 minutes later. He was like, I already told him. I was like, okay. And then that's it. He's just like, I know that you're gonna like it. I was like, okay.
Wow, we are really getting into the inner workings of your
I knew this would
manipulation.
happen.
Reggie sounds like an Ace Attorney case.
Yeah. So,
Oh my goodness.
I knew you guys would put me on the cross immediately.
If you-
you do it to yourself. If you don't want me to say these things, don't do them.
See, now who sounds weird? You're going. Do you think I like doing this?
At any point, Cecilia, thank you so much for the sub, you absolute legend. Cece, thank you so much. Don't worry, the ads will go away, but I thank you for putting up with them.
So what's up? Hey, can we give a huge congrats to Bato who hit 400 this week?
Woo! Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. And thank you to you guys in chat. Thank you all so much. We hit the big 400.
You only been streaming since May, right?
June, yeah. June.
400, and it hasn't plateaued at all.
No,
It's
we're on the
steady
rise.
growth. Yeah,
Bato City
It's
keeps
all
getting new
the same.
residents.
yeah,
We built vertically
yeah.
for that reason.
The Boulder's Gate.
It's the Baldur's Gate. It's the Baldur's Gate. Now, Nick doesn't even know what the Baldur's Gate is.
Nope.
You said to me, you kept calling it Gateway, and I didn't know if you were calling it the wrong name or if you were saying Gateway. Like, you know, like...
Oh, I was saying that.
like, it's the Baldur's Gateway.
Yeah.
That's what Nick was saying. I was like, there's no way at the...
Well, there was a scandal
A scandal?
that Lee helped me out with, where you were saying I was misspelling Pobrecita, which was
Help you out of anything.
thank you. This is what
I have the screenshot, and I was waiting for you to bring it up so I can show you.
No, show me. This is one of the most inflammatory things I've ever heard.
I was gonna tell Nick like how to search on his phone, but I just know he wouldn't be able to do it.
He's not tech savvy enough, but it is honestly a shortcoming of the Android phone. You can't search far enough.
So you have a receipt, you said.
I do.
Let's see it.
I'm not going to show you right now. We're going to let it build a little
All right,
bit.
so this
You know
fake
what?
receipt, we'll circle back.
The fake receipt. You see, you asked for it, Nick. This is like a good friend letting someone save face.
Okay. Lee, what were you gonna say?
I forgot.
Okay. And we could get back to where that started, I guess, because I wrote Grosero, but I spelled it wrong. And I was immediately lambasted, like no regard for how my day was going or whatever, just lambasted. You spelled it this way, and then just Nick comes in with the dunk after Lee corrects the spelling, and it's like, haven't you guys ever written a Spanish word on a telephone? Like, what is grosero anything correct to?
I don't know. I type pobrecito all the time.
And you spell it wrong before you met Lee.
Okay.
Grocery. Okay, so if I just delete the Y and hit O and send, then what is the harm in that? Like, I immediately get jumped on. There's no consideration in chat for spelling errors. It was mean. It was really mean.
You hadn't had enough sleep that day.
Maybe,
The
yeah.
grace that Sabato gets is
Or
crazy.
it could have just been because I don't think I took it too far. I just spelled it right, and then Nick came
Well,
in.
no, Nick, of course, has to escalate.
Blazing, blazing.
Well, that's why I came. So that's why I came back at him, and I was like, "Dude, have you seen the way you spell?" Oh my goodness!
So, a few days ago, I have a little skunk who hangs out by my trash cans a lot.
A skunk?
Yeah, and a few days ago, I saw it. He was dead in the middle of the road.
No,
I lost my baby. But another
that's
thing
really
is,
sad.
it's pretty fucked up. But anyway, I had my car windows open, little cracks, and obviously when a skunk dies, I guess it
expunges.
Yeah.
Its little stink.
So there's a few days where my car smelled like skunk, because it was marinating all night next to a dead skunk.
Okay.
And
Cece said he's part of you now.
listen, it didn't smell that bad. I don't understand where we got to this point where skunks became the smelly guys of nature.
What do you mean? When did we get there? They were born that way.
It didn't smell that bad. I would sit in my car like, whatever.
You think skunks don't smell bad?
No,
Don't you think that's insulting to the skunk? That's what they're built for.
No, I think they get a bad rep.
You think they get a bad rap?
Bad rap.
Well, either one. But you're saying it doesn't smell that bad to you, the smell of skunks?
I was closer to liking the smell than this
You were closer to liking it?
Like, what would you rather have in your car, a skunk or a wet dog?
A wet dog.
Okay.
Yeah. I think probably a wet dog. Lee, it's not really that close, right? Doesn't the skunk smell so where's this affinity for skunk?
Well, I really like them. I think they're little cuties.
Well, the smell I meant. So was it the day one you got in the car you were okay with it, or did you just get
here's
used
the thing.
to it?
I don't smoke weed, right? But I've had people in my car who are potheads. And I compared that smell to the skunk smell, and it was basically the exact same thing.
The smell of
They
weed?
call it skunk, don't they?
I think they do call it skunk. Which makes me
The
really
kids?
no, and that's my point. We all agree that they don't smell that bad, or else people wouldn't go around describing their own scent as skunk.
Who's calling themselves skunk?
Like people who smoke a lot, don't they say I got that skunk?
I don't think... Can we get the opinion in chat? Skunk is different and less earthy. I don't think... Cece, thank you for giving us a check-in here. I don't think that's what happens. Reggie says wet dog because the skunk is like a live grenade. You never know when it's going to blast.
Okay, I should have said stoner. You're right, not pothead. That's like a slur.
Dude, Krebs, and then rather have Krebs is on Team Skunk, so why don't you elaborate on that, Krebs? Like what?
Well, no, I don't think Krebs likes dogs. That's his point.
Okay.
Skunk is when it's mixed with glass.
What?
I don't know what that means.
What the heck are we talking about? Okay, this is getting too far for this chat. All right, we don't need the Rico case in on NickyBato, but
you know when people have kids and they love them immediately.
Yeah, and you know what? Part of that is
what?
The baby smells good.
Okay, yeah.
The baby does smell good. Is that one of the best smells? Is a new baby?
They look so cute.
It's definitely instinctual.
Old beer is considered skunked, but I drink old beer all the time.
But you love skunk no matter what.
I like skunk. So you know how parents love their babies right away. And like that makes sense.
Okay.
You know?
Is that true?
Well, I feel like everyone looks at their newborn and it's like this love they've never experienced before. Like they would do anything for this child. They love it so much. But when like aunts and uncles say that, it's like, come on. You know what?
You're saying that's a lie through their
it's
teeth?
A fucking lie.
It's a lie.
No one aside from a parent has any right to love a baby. I swear. I have 2 little brothers. I'm not sure that I love them.
Both? Wait, no, you have 3 little brothers.
I have 2 little ones. The ones that I don't know that well. It's not like I met them and held them and was
you're
like,
leaving the one
I
that you
love
fuck
them,
with out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, him I obviously
People
love.
just throw love around.
Lee, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have a brother.
And if he had a kid
Mm-hmm.
and you held it, would you love it?
Probably.
But like, would you just say that?
Nick is very anti-love, anti-family, pro skunk. This is the bullet points here.
I thought that he was going to start talking about Bradley Cooper.
No, I mean, I think you could grow to love it. I don't think you love the
Bradley
baby.
Cooper said.
But that was his kid. That was psychotic because that was his own child.
He said that about his son?
Yeah, her daughter.
Daughter?
He said he didn't click with it. Like,
the vibe was just off.
Vibes were off.
I will pull it up.
But this is how I feel about tangential babies.
But I don't think like niece or nephew is that really tangential. That's pretty close.
It is.
Oh,
come on.
I was watching this TikTok about people that don't like kids or like don't like to be around kids, and it was interesting.
Okay, why?
Well, it was just saying like how like they're actually never mind.
No, tell me.
Nah,
No, tell me.
I forgot.
Okay.
well, I found this quote. Is this
Look at the
it?
Bradley Cooper thing.
Is this it? The first 8 months, I don't even know if I really love the kid. You recall the feeling? It's dope. It's cool. I'm watching this thing morph. What? That's my experience. Fascinated by it. Love taking care of it, but would I die if someone came in with a gun? What is he talking? What is he cooking?
That's the thing. A niece or a nephew, I would not die for.
You wouldn't die for a niece or nephew?
Well, not when they're babies.
Well, who would you die for?
If they were fully grown humans and I loved them, I would die for them. I would not die for a baby.
Okay, where I don't know. I disagree with that. I feel like I would die for any baby, even if it wasn't mine.
You would die for any baby?
Yeah.
What?
So
What do you mean?
You're pro-life?
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
Well, okay. I wouldn't want to get myself aborted. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I don't know. Don't you feel bad? I want to know where you think cousins come in on this. Are cousins higher ranking than niece or nephew?
CC makes a good point. She said,
baby versus skunk rock.
if her siblings had a baby before her, it would be an instant love. But if she already had a baby and then they had theirs, it would feel different. And I think that proves my point that it's an artificial love. You're just forcing yourself to love a baby. because you're like vicariously claiming it as your own, even though it's not. Because if you had your own, you wouldn't love it. No one loves a baby except a parent.
Nick, I think you're speaking.
But you can
like,
grow.
You should say.
God, nobody
Like,
has
you should
anything in
say-
common with a fucking baby.
What were you saying, Lee?
I think Nick, where your argument starts to chip away is when you generalize everybody. You should just say I.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee. Yes.
Do you mean just for this topic or like in general?
In general.
I think that it's like, I think that, well, I mean, the take is coming from you. I think you're very cynical about love, like in general, and like the source of love or whatever. People like a motivation for love, like and how far it can extend.
No, I think people are.
No, Bato's cooking.
I think people are disingenuous about their love for a baby. I think love can extend as far as you want, but you can't tell me you look at this little baby that you can't even talk to, and
Nick, did you recently see a baby?
no, I was just thinking about this.
You just hate babies.
So I feel like you're talking from your own.
If a child is like 5, your nephew or niece, and they're cool, you're like, damn, I love this kid. What, a baby?
I feel like you're evaluating babies how you would evaluate a friend.
Yeah.
It's a baby. It's like a defenseless, pure little creature.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Nick is like what conservatives think liberals are like, that we're just like killing babies.
You're into that, huh? What do they call it when they drink the fluid or whatever? That Alex Jones stuff. They're doing crazy
Let
stuff.
me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you like all your friends' dogs?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
they're perpetual babies. But you don't love it until you get to know it. You don't just go, I love this dog right away.
Dog's not a
No,
baby.
that's not true. I can instantly love a dog or a pet.
And they're also animals. Yeah, they don't have it. It's like
All right, I want to take back that point.
we're like, I mean, if I say perpetual baby, yeah, they're just little guys. They're pure creatures.
Well, your argument for loving a baby that's not yours is that it's a little helpless thing.
So what?
Like, I think. Are you saying you're more willing to protect it? Like, that's why you would die too for it, maybe?
Not if it's not my kid, no.
Not you, NickyBato.
Oh,
You're saying would I be willing to die for a dog instead of a baby?
No, a baby, a baby.
would you be willing to die for a baby that's
Because
not
it's
yours?
like
I
you
would be
wanna
willing to
protect
die for a
them.
baby. I wouldn't be willing to die for a dog.
Or dog, no. But like they're helpless and like they can't. You know.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
get
I'd
that.
rather just Sabato keep living than a baby. How am I gonna do a show with a baby? Look ridiculous.
Yeah, Cece said if something is helpless, should we hate it? Is that what you're saying? Let it spin. I love it.
I think indifferent is the word.
Reggie's on your side there. Says you develop love for something over time. You don't see a baby and fall in love with it instantly.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know
Finally.
what? I can't even know because I don't know any babies. So
Yeah. Well, I know one right here, actually.
that's true. You do love Nick, right?
Okay. Casey said I fell in love with mine instantly. That's fine. I conceded that was fine.
Okay, but
Babies that aren't yours.
but I think you are extending like love to like just a general like consideration for like a little baby, like a concern. Like
So
that's
you
what I
agree
feel
it's
like.
just consideration.
Well, you're asking me to love, and I do love. I don't feel like I can match a parent's love. I don't have like if it's not my baby. I feel like that's like out of line to say. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, I would say that I love babies. I wouldn't say that I have no love for any baby.
Okay.
These are such inflammatory topics tonight. Here we go.
I know. I'm like, can we switch?
Lee, do you have a topic that you wanted to talk about?
No.
No, you just wanted to riff.
Yeah.
What have you been doing lately? What game have you been playing?
Oh, I've been playing Helldivers.
And what do they
So
say in
fun.
that game? Spread democracy, right? Isn't that the catchphrase?
Yes. Yeah, it's like it's so funny because it's like cartoonishly American.
Okay. Yeah, can you
Like,
explain the game to us? Because I never played and Nick hasn't
oh,
played either.
okay, perfect example. As I was playing the game, I realized what it reminded me of. Have you ever played Bloons Tower Defense?
Yeah.
Okay, it's
It's
just
that
like
game?
that, but different. So you're basically fighting either robots or bugs, and like you're basically liberating planets.
Okay.
You're taking planets back. They're colonizing the universe. But so you get in a match, and you have to like basically do little quests and stuff, and you're killing robots or whatever. But you have a gun when you start, but then you have like all these other like little turrets that shoot, or like bombs that fall from the sky,
I
and they
see.
just keep, like upgrading. So I'm like, oh, okay. So you have like hordes of like bugs and stuff. So it's like Bloons Tower Defense, but
But more American.
yeah,
Wait.
but like with bugs, and it's 3D and stuff.
Is the Americanness like tongue in cheek? Like,
Well, it's called Super
It's
Earth,
just
and like it's so funny because the voices are like it'll be like a guy that's like, take this for freedom, or something like that. Like killing bugs. It's so funny.
That's like that reminds me of the dudes in Armored Core. There was one dude, I forget the name of all the factions in there, but there was one dude who was like, "Salt at ease, legend," or whatever, you know, like stuff like that. It's like we're gonna set fire to the Rubicon and like all that stuff.
It's so funny, like, and the way they start it too. It's like a propaganda video. It's like it starts off with like a guy saying like, have you always wanted to fight for your country? And then there's like he's passing by like some suburbs, and then like a bugs just like come out of the sky and start killing a family behind him. He's like, this is your chance to defend Super Earth or whatever. It's so funny.
okay,
Yeah,
just to put a pin on this topic.
Sure.
Reggie
Yeah.
said, I think it makes sense to love your child instantly, but there's not that same level of attachment to a baby that's not yours. You would grow to love someone's child over time because you don't have that parent's level of attachment out the gate. He put it much more succinctly than I was. I was scrambling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lee, can you say manipulate?
No.
Please? Please, 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 please.
You should have just gotten me to say it naturally.
You're supposed to
Now I'm gonna
lead
say
someone.
it correctly.
Nick, first of all, I want to say hi to Truth. Truth plays Hell. You've been playing Helldivers Legend, Truth. Thank you for checking in.
It's so fun, yeah.
When you say that, just to put a pin in this, and you read someone's opinion on your side in chat, and then leave it
And
at
then
that.
I end the topic, yeah.
But I feel like we were saying, I feel like I don't know what the point of your argument is. You're saying, well, yeah, you don't match a parent's love, but then you're trying to like go further and take away love that anyone could have for any
'Cause I
other
feel
human
like-
being on Earth.
I think aunts and uncles love stolen valor.
Okay, so you think aunts and uncles are valor stealers?
They're valor stealers, yeah.
Okay.
Because they'd be like, I love this kid so much, but they have none of the responsibility of taking care of it.
But you can still love somebody.
What?
You could still love them.
It's stolen valor.
What
Sorry.
does that mean?
You think that's so funny.
A parent can talk about that love.
No, what does stolen valor mean?
Like, the guys who pretended they were in the army,
Oh, so they're saying like
they're getting the
going-
credit without doing the work, yeah.
Okay.
I love
All right,
these so much.
here, I'm gonna hit be right back because I'm gonna pull a picture up and I don't want to dox Lee's Discord real quick because I think it's on this window. So here, let me pull up this picture that Nick's mom just sent real quick.
Okay. I don't know what this is.
All right, whoops, I got my Discord up. That's okay. You guys can see my friends list. Let's see. Here we go. Let's open this picture up. This is you stealing valor. This is Nick stealing valor right here.
Which one? Oh, that's me up there.
This is Nick holding a brother that you don't love.
But that's my brother.
Oh, that's the one you actually love.
Yeah.
Aw, that's so cute.
You can love a brother.
But you don't have to do any of the hard
Also,
work.
what? This picture actually looks like I'm stealing valor. See,
It
I'm
does.
looking right at the camera.
You
This is
are.
like
You
a
are.
politician.
You
in this
are
picture.
really eating it up.
This is just for brownie points. This is nothing. As soon as that shutter went off, I dropped the kid immediately.
You're like the Purell cranked.
Which one's Nick?
The one up top, stealing valor.
Aw.
Now, Lee, you tweeted today about mustaches. What did you say? I'm gonna pull up your tweet.
Did you have to call me out like that?
What? No, that's not a call out. We're all on your side.
Oh, I'm not.
No, so let me tell you what happened.
Okay, let's hear the story.
Like, as me, a human, I just happen to have natural attraction towards certain people that look a certain way. You know,
course.
like, I'll have my friends, like, if I'm gonna go on a date or something, I'll say the last time I went on a date, like last year, and I told my friend about it, and he goes, oh, does he have a beard with glasses, and is he a nerd? And I was just like, yeah. So anyways, I'm at the gym, and there's this dude with a fucking mustache, and I was just like,
The fucking gall.
This mother, he had a mustache.
I was so mad.
And so let's see how you voiced this opinion.
Yeah.
You tweeted, if you as a man have a mustache, that's fine. ... Just don't do it around me.
Oh, this I agree with. I thought she was pro mustache. Okay.
Well, I was upset because I can be attracted to a mustache, but that doesn't mean that I want to be. So it makes me angry to see them. Just stay away from me. You know what I mean?
Wait, so you're pro mustache? You are pro mustache.
No,
Sorry.
I want them to stay far, far, far away from me.
It gives her complicated feelings.
Complicated
So just
feeling.
stay in the
I
house,
see.
you know?
I see.
Not you. They should stay in the
They
house.
should stay in the house.
Just choose one. No hair or a full beard.
That's what I was thinking. When it's just a stash, what's
Unless
the
you're Mexican.
I'm not willing to go there.
I'm not willing to go there.
What the psychology of leaving just this part?
It's just a style, you know.
This is stupid.
I think
stuff.
it looks good outside. Do you think that the full mustache looks better or the thinner one?
Oh
Well,
God, not the
Oh, you
thin
go
one.
from the
Not
mu-
the
If you're
thin
gonna,
one.
if you're gonna do a stash, like, be a man and like go. I don't want to see wisps. What the fuck?
Well, the thin one, he looked like Gomez from the Addams Family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a fire
Is that
look.
played by a white actor? I wonder.
No, now he's played by that chubby guy.
Ooh,
No,
what's his
back
name?
in
Oh
the
my
day,
god.
Though.
What's
The
that guy's
original.
name?
What'd you say, Lee?
No, back in the day it was a white
But-
guy. Yeah.
Oh, back in the day, yeah. I believe so.
Ooh, let's talk about. Well, you guys actually haven't watched this. You guys haven't watched
I-
Shogun, right?
Not yet, no.
I'm here to spread the word.
we gotta watch. We gotta tune into Shogun.
Yes.
The
Oh, look, there's actually a tweet. If you go to my
Luis Guzman. That's it. True
Yeah,
set. Luis
he's
Guzman,
the
dude. And let me
He's
tell you, when
fun.
we all saw Catherine Zeta as Morticia, I mean, Luis Guzman, I would audition for Gomez too. Man. All right.
Okay, so go to my
No barking on NickyBato for real.
Okay, go to my profile.
Okay, will
and
do.
there's a screen cap of the intro of Shogun, so you guys know what it's about.
There is? Really?
Well, I retweeted it.
Okay. We're just scrolling the whole time. Oh, here we go. The year is 1600. For decades, Portuguese Catholics have richly profited from trade in Japan. They have kept its whereabouts hidden from their sworn enemies. The European
European
Protestants.
Protestants.
Wait, what is...
That's very dramatic.
So Portuguese Catholics are hiding? What's the it's?
What?
Like, whose whereabouts are hidden?
The Portuguese Catholics.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry.
No, wait.
No, okay.
They're keeping
Japan a secret.
yeah, they're keeping Japan a secret.
They're hiding Japan.
They're hiding
Okay,
Japan.
all right.
They're hiding Japan from the Protestants.
Yes.
That's it.
And
Dude.
can I just like talk a little bit about why it was so awesome when I was watching it?
Yeah.
So it's set in, so it's about Japan, right? And again, I don't know anything. I was really bad at history, like worst subject. So it starts off and you're following like the European guy. So it's like a boat and he's talking English, blah 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 blah. And they're setting sail to like find Japan that no one has ever like, or find whatever's on the other side, like fucking Christopher Columbus, motherfucker, right? So they stumble upon Japan, right? But like by this time everybody's dead, right? So it's only like a few of them left. And so anyways, then it flashes to like the Japanese people, their like country and like the rulers and stuff like that. So they're talking. And so it switches to Japanese. And you get like the Japanese POV of like the European people. And the guy's just like yelling and screaming and they're just like, they like call him a savage. They're like, he's just like a savage. He's a barbarian. Like they're like, and I was just like, I think like it did something to my brain because I was like, wow. I feel like every or like American show is always like,
Yeah.
we're the colonizer, like it's like white people being colonizers and like, you know, it's boring. And so to see it from the other side, to see like another culture calling like colonizers, like barbarians and savages, which they fucking are.
It was like,
so
let them
awesome.
cook. Hell
So
yeah.
just-
I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
Hell yeah.
So,
You love when white people are portrayed as evil.
yeah.
See, that's where I feel like, because you guys are both Latinx,
You are too.
and I'm just the evil guy over here. This is like
Yeah.
reverse racism.
What do you mean reverse racism?
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
necessarily.
We did do all that shit.
Yeah, not necessarily evil, just like you're getting the same
Like-
treatment that you gave us.
like you bastards didn't shower or whatever. Didn't they say
Dude,
that in the
wait.
show?
Okay, so spoiler, not really, but like they
Let it
bathe
rip.
him because the kid is like, he's dirty.
So they're really just teeing off on this white dude here.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like he was on ship, right? So he hadn't bathed in a while.
Yeah.
So they bathe him once, and then they bring him back to like it's not a castle, but like to like their quarters or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And the guy's like, the kid again is like, is he gonna like? He looks dirty, you know?
Doesn't let it rest.
Yeah. So it's subtle, right? It's not like in your face, like, oh, white people don't take baths or something like that. And so they go into the maids like go into like say like, oh, they're gonna help you bathe, and he's like, why? He's like, no. He's like, I already bathed once this week. What are you talking about? Like, you want me to get sick? And like, I don't know, it was just so funny that he was like all stinky and stuff, and he was like,
They're like gnats flying around.
like, yeah. I was like, oh,
That's still
this
how I
is
move.
so awesome.
Well, that's why you like skunks so much.
Once a week.
You shower once a week?
Once a week, sometimes twice.
Oh.
Never before a podcast.
Okay.
Dude, that's reminding me of Pepe Le Pew. The dude.
What a transition. Dude, that reminds me of
And
Pepe
it ties
Le Pew.
into the Luis Guzman thing. It's because that was my whole thing, was watching it. I was like, Luis Guzman as that role did really well. He was Gomez on Wednesday, and in the first episode, he's in the car and he's doing like the Pepe Le Pew to Catherine Zeta, like kissing her like up and down her arm and stuff, and it was so funny to watch. I was just like, Luis, you dog, you know, like what you, what was your MO here? That was so funny.
He should have been bigger than he is.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. He should have been calling people stinky
Oh, you had a beef with people making up words.
I did.
Yeah. We wanted Lee's help in transitioning.
Yes.
Lee, what is it when a guy is dishonest in a gaslighty way?
Um,
All right, maybe by the end.
Oh yeah, all right.
Now, we all know about...
manipulator.
That's not how you say it.
She just said it. We all know about the legend.
Aaron Bushnell,
The legend.
the guy who
What did he do?
he immolated himself. He self-immolated,
He self-immolated.
which the resolve to do that is jaw-dropping. And
Correct.
he will be, in my eyes, a moral giant forever, and will be embraced by everyone he stood up for.
Mhm.
So none of this is disrespectful to him.
None of this is disrespectful.
But you had a beef with what?
I had a beef with this self-immolate. Lee
Not the action.
Not the action. I'm cool with the action, but like, when do we get all like high and mighty about setting ourselves on, saying, instead of just saying set ourselves on fire, what is self-immolate? We all made up a word for it. Why did we make up a word for set yourself on fire?
Dude,
Self-immolate.
there's
What?
no other-
What? And everybody adopted it in one day. 24 hours, Nick Brown is tweeting
I'm
self-immolate.
tweeting a word I've
I'm like,
never
what?
heard before.
You never heard of it before, right?
And now I'm an expert on it.
Now you're an expert on it. It's part of your vocab, and that's fine. But it's like, where did it come from?
I feel like
It was so funny.
I guess because what is a specific form of protest, or is it just like the act of setting?
is it
yourself
just
on
the
fire?
let's
Let's get the immolate
firefighters say
facts.
the house is immolating right now?
Yeah.
Can I be ignorant for a sec?
Okay,
Go
but
ahead.
yeah.
Go.
So why? Okay, so obviously he set himself on fire, right? And there was people around, and there was a fucking cop there with a gun.
Mhm.
So why didn't they just put the fire out?
Well, they were cops. They think
So there
the
was- so it was
solution to everything is to
purposely-
shoot it.
They wanted to put him out before the fire. They
Yeah.
were worried that he was smoldering it.
Yeah.
So like nobody was like actually trying to help him. They just
They-
watched him burn to death.
They
When
were
EMT
spraying
got there,
They were
he tried, yeah.
They were trying with
Did they
fire
try?
extinguishers. They were trying with fire extinguishers. But yes, it was what were they? EMTs?
I think an embassy agent. I don't think it was a cop. I think it was an embassy agent pointing his gun at him.
I see.
He was just yelling at him to get on the ground, like he was going to arrest him or something.
I didn't know if it was to get on the round or telling
Tell
him
him to stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, it's very awkward, but to
We
hold
know
the,
that phrase. Stop,
yeah,
drop, and roll.
stop, drop, and roll. People don't say self-extinguish or something. You just speak the king's English.
Okay, wait. Is immolate a word or
Immolate-
self-immolate the whole phrase?
I don't
Immolate
know.
a word? Because, yeah, look up immolate definition.
Yeah, immolate definition, and it says to kill or offer as a sacrifice, especially by burning. Okay.
Oh, so it has
Oh.
little to do with fire.
I
But then
see.
self-immolation is almost
Self-immolation is
exclusively
almost
fire.
exclusively to fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the definition?
Oh, let me pull up the immolate facts here. Let's see. We have the definition of just immolate is kill or offer as a sacrifice, especially by burning. Oops.
Interesting.
And then if we scroll over just to the right, we see self-immolate is the act of setting oneself on fire that leaving nothing to the imagination. And now, I do want to say this. This act of self-immolation, very hard on the eyes. Now-
and the ears.
And the ears,
That was-
everything. It's hard to
Yeah.
watch. It is very hard to watch. But if you look at self-immolation here, have you ever seen this photo?
The monk, yeah.
Yeah, of the monk, the persecution of the Buddhists. Here we go. Okay, now look at this monk doing this. Doesn't that just look like a hard ass photo?
Yeah.
Like people like I think like like this is a dude that was hard and it's like a badass monk that has been like training and is like taking this pain, just like sitting down like that and whatever. And like people probably had this as like the background on their desktop computers in the 90s.
This was the 90s? I think this was for Vietnam.
No, I know when it's from.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying,
okay.
yeah, they had a fucking computer over it. I'm saying that the computer in the 90s.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is like a clean photo, but it's like Aaron, dude, no way. You could have
Well,
said like
But he also had stuff to say during his.
He had
He was
stuff to-
shouting during
you're
his.
saying this guy had nothing to stand
Well,
up
yeah.
for.
No, I didn't. It's getting hairy. Well, the thing about me is I have a lot of beliefs, you know?
Yes,
I have beliefs,
yeah,
tons of them, very strongly. I have no resolve whatsoever.
absolutely.
There is nothing I would set
Yeah.
myself on fire for. You know,
But also, he saw it, right?
he what?
Like he was over there.
I don't know that he was over there, but he was in the Air Force. So he probably saw stuff that we don't see.
So I feel like it's a little more extreme because he felt complicit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And death was probably seemed like a better option than living with the crimes he was complicit in. But that brings me to Muhammad Ali. You remember they wanted to send him to Vietnam?
Yeah.
And he had this really well thought out argument about how America's done nothing for him. Why would he do anything for America? Why would he go and fight people he has no beef with? And he just went to prison.
Yeah.
Now, I believe Muhammad Ali was not scared of going to Vietnam. I believe he did it on conviction.
Absolutely.
Me, though, I would have said the exact same thing, but I would have been scared. That's what I would have said. I would have started as, I'm scared of war, and then worked backwards and found a noble reason to not go. But you can't say that. You can't be Muhammad Ali.
No, well, that's why Muhammad Ali's the great. The dude fought a country. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He didn't fight people, just fight people in the ring. He fought a country.
Yeah.
What a legend, dude. Insane.
Would you ever go to war?
Would I go to war
Yeah.
for any old thing? Like you're saying, if they, or like me personally, would I go to war on anything?
If you were drafted, you're not going, right?
No.
I'm not going, man.
Why the hell would I go?
But I would
No.
take the most cowardly route possible.
In fact, I love, at the age I am right now, I would love a draft. I would love a
Why
draft.
Would you love a draft?
Because if every American man aged 25 and under just disappeared, I would see nothing as a net positive for me in my life over here.
You wouldn't have to compete with the young draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lee doesn't think that's funny at all. Okay.
So you're pro
Figure it
draft.
out.
What?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, I don't want the competition.
From who?
All these in shape men. In
all the
20s.
fit
Yeah.
young men.
But like from women?
Just in
Or
general.
from Twitch or
I guess both. Yeah.
The-
Everything is a net positive.
I don't think the
Look,
leaders of the
Bato,
army are on
look,
Twitch.
I've been seeing this on
True.
TikTok a lot. I've
Yeah.
been seeing this on TikTok a lot.
Let's hear
okay?
it.
And I told Nick this too. Because men are not in competition with other men.
This is a good point.
This
yeah.
is deep. All right, or this is insightful to us at least. Let's let's hear it.
I'm talking about dating.
Yeah.
You're
Not Twitch.
You're in competition with like a woman's
Peace.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
women can be alone, and they can be very happy alone. So
Yeah.
you're competing
Everybody
with
can.
Like,
with
not-
this blissful dream.
Blissful, peaceful being.
And solitude.
Like, not to be dramatic, but you know, there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of education, teaching,
Education.
eating.
that comes with
You're
tailoring
talking
a
like
man
you're
to your
You're talking like
Yeah.
you're adopting a child.
yeah.
Well, I mean, how many women do you know that joke about how their partner is their kid?
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
You know, even if like even I feel like it, at least if you're in a straight relationship with a man,
Mm-hmm.
a straight man, like there you just have to accept that there's just things that you have to, there's always going to be more work of you having to explain like things, or
you just accepting that.
you have to, yeah.
But isn't that a little defeatist?
No, because
You should hold out. You should hold out for a better man.
No, even if he's a good, like even if he's good, you know. Or,
yeah.
like,
I'm just messing around. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like you know with Nick.
Nick turned so red.
I remember we were talking one day and like he didn't know certain things about the menstrual cycle, which is fine.
Was educated live a little bit.
Yeah. So, you know.
Okay, so then if you think about all that burden that a man brings, like literally what even is the benefit? I don't even see an argument.
That's the point. So when you're thinking about dating, when you're thinking about, God, I gotta beat out all these guys, you don't. You know, one of my friends tweeted out something that was so funny, because it was like a tweet about like dating and how like, oh, you know, to like date a woman you gotta have 350K and like, you know, this and this. And my friend put like, dude, you literally just have to be funny and not weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, literally?
Dude, that's why Nick.
And that's still hard.
Yeah.
That's still hard. I was just gonna say, I feel like me and Nick have a great time because we're funny and not weird. But the getting weird part, is that what is holding you back? Is that why you held back?
Well, we offer ourselves as a package.
That is true, but that's not that weird. I feel like it's just ahead of its time.
That is ahead of its time.
I feel like it's ahead of its time. But because you love it, Lee, right?
Yeah.
Well, I actually don't think that makes any sense, because then she just has twice the burden.
Tonto, Blazing Aura just raided with a party report. Thank you so much, Gobi, for coming through. Gobi actually won the giveaway through the generosity of the legend Nick right here. We had a giveaway for 400 followers, and Nick ended up winning the giveaway, paid it forward, and gifted it out to Blazing Aura, who comes through all the time with the raids and the super legend here. Please, if you're not following Gobi.
Also, shout out Rachel.
Shout out to Rachel, who checked in. Spoon fan coming for the raid. Thank you so much, Gobi, for the raid. Here, let me give you the shout out. You can keep.
I gave it away, not for me, but for you.
What do you mean for me?
Because I feel like it's bad PR if I keep winning contests.
You're a little too lucky.
Yeah.
And it's not. I
know it is random, but it
is
feels
very
odd
random.
that I keep winning them.
And the thing is, if your name came up, I would redo it. I would. But I would have to click the button again. You know what I mean? Like, people see that I'm redrawing the contest. So I don't think it's hard. It's like a damned if I do and damned if I don't. So I do thank you for stepping up and giving that to the community. The giveaway, Casey, was a copy of Street Fighter 4 Ultra, as well as a 35% coupon off of the new Street Fighter 6.
And stocks for when we go public.
And stocks. You get 30 shares in Bato, which are all valued out about $3 a ZD.
3 boxes.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever not taken a hint? Like, have you ever been in a situation with your buddy and they try to communicate something to you and it doesn't click what they're saying?
I'm sure. So, I can't think of one right now.
I'm thinking about this. Me and my friend were hanging out after high school one day. I think it was 11th grade. And this guy we didn't really like started hanging out with us. And my friend, in a ploy to try to communicate to me that we should separate from this guy, showed me his phone and said, dude, your mom just texted me. He showed me his phone and it said, we gotta ditch this loser. What he was trying to say to me was have an excuse to show me his phone and communicate that we gotta bail.
Yeah.
I looked at the phone and said, "We got a dish." Loud, and then I said, "Why would my mom say that?" That's what I said.
Oh my!
He looked at me with like a death stare. I was like,
Nick,
"Yeah,
are you serious?
yeah."
Oh my god, Nick.
This goes back to my point about I don't know if I should say it.
What?
You know how me and you joke about the type of guy that I usually is attracted to me?
Oh,
Attracted to
yeah.
you?
Lee said she almost exclusively.
No, I didn't say that. You said that.
Lee, it feels like Lee almost exclusively appeals to autistic men.
That was said.
So there's mounting evidence that I'm not all there socially.
There is mounting evidence. And you feel that's a correct?
You said it yourself to me, I think.
Yeah, you didn't push back much on it.
I don't know much about autism.
Oh, now she's getting okay. So... now,
Oh,
now she's the inoffensive ally.
My aunt today told me. I mean, they were talking. My aunts and uncles have been like laughing for the past couple weeks about Lionel Messi doing like a Michelob Ultra commercial because they're all Latinx and they all like laughed. They're like, look, Messi this is how Messi speaks English, and he just says, you know, like
Yeah.
they just joke around like that all the time. They think it's really funny. So then my aunt today was like, no, for real, I heard he's autistic. So like, and I was like, I think that I was like, I think that's people just roasting, trying to cook in the comments. Like, you don't have to take everything at face value. I felt so bad. But
Oh no.
I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't appear a little awkward. I don't know. Maybe he is like legitimately on the spectrum. But I personally, I don't really know. But I was like, just be careful because if you read these, yeah, yeah, CC, seriously, it was like she was saying, it was terminal.
So I had a $1 million idea. You guys ever been to Aldi?
No, I've never, but I heard.
You know what Aldi is?
Yeah.
Lee, do you know what Aldi is?
No.
It's like
I'm
a
assuming
groceries.
it's like a grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a discount grocery store.
Okay.
And how they're able to charge so low is because they don't take the things out of the box when they shelve them, so they save money on labor on that. Because there's less work to organize the shelves.
Okay.
And they also don't bag. So they save money on that and probably a little labor money on that with bagging stuff up.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking, what if other industries did the Aldi strat where they skip huge steps in what the experience is supposed to be to save money to charge you less?
There we go.
And it got me thinking, what if a restaurant you had to bring your own utensils and plate? And
Yeah.
then you save so much money.
That's true.
And you eat cheaper then. Can you think of another industry where that would work?
So
That's pretty good.
what about disposable cups?
Well, no, because they'd still have to buy them.
That's what I think.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
get
The thing is, they would have to. It would have to be like, how much money are they saving on the because the grocery store, they have to get that stuff all the time.
Oh,
the
that's
dishes
true.
are like
Dishes
a
are like a
one-time
one-time buy.
but they would save on the labor.
They wouldn't
of
have to hire a
washing the dishes
dishwasher,
and all
yeah.
that. So,
Well, I guess what would be a better restaurant thing then?
if you had to cook the food at home. Do you want ambiance? We have candles.
I think I'd be pissed if I had to do that.
What, bring your own dishes?
Bring your own food to a restaurant. I think it would be pretty outlined than that.
I'm not
think
sure it
he's
would
mad.
catch on.
That's a good idea. Where else could it
Aldi
work?
strat, right?
The Aldi strat. Huh.
Okay, but okay.
What about if you had to bring your own shampoo to the hair salon? To the
That's
barber?
something. I
It's
don't hate
almost
that.
there.
I don't hate that at
Yeah.
all. Shaving cream, stuff like that.
Shaving cream,
you gotta
all that.
bring it,
Yeah, you bring.
They don't spend any money on
Otherwise,
products.
you get A bar of soap. No, they just wash it.
You know what
with
they
water.
supply?
That's
All
it.
they have are scissors and clippers. Anything else you have to bring.
You have to bring.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
Well, that's the thing.
But then
But
your haircut would be cheaper. That's
you
the
would be
thing.
$1 for the haircut.
And you already have shampoo at your house, so you're just bringing it.
Yeah. It does. It honestly doesn't sound
There's
that
an
bad.
idea here,
If the money is like if the cost is so much less,
Exactly, like what Aldi's does.
that like you just said, you have the shampoo at your house already.
Yeah.
The look on Lee's face. Lee is like, the money is not a problem for me. Lee is
Okay, but
Lee is
he said,
flush.
At that
So,
point, just do your
hell,
own. But I don't have the skills to cut my own hair.
We need the skilled artisan.
Yeah.
And the artisan is willing to provide the services at a more reasonable rate
Yes.
to attract the customers. It's a marketing strategy.
This makes way too much sense.
And they just do it for a little less cost because they're getting the clientele. They're getting the clientele. And once you have the clientele, you always do the bait and switch. You know, switch the rule back.
What if you brought
You have to be brave about it though, and then do it incrementally.
What if you brought solutions to your own interpersonal relationships to your therapist?
Yeah. They just sit on the couch and go, well, did you figure it out? They're like, all right, that's like $5 and I'll sit with you at lunch too. And like,
You're just paying for a friend at that point.
yeah. That actually is a business.
Yeah. Paying for friends.
Paid for friends.
Therapist.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, that amount you save bringing your own stuff, it adds up of you having to spend more about buying what you are bringing. That's true. So it is. Wait, but you don't have to maybe spend more. This is a topic that needs to be tackled. This has to be tackled, truth, but it's not really. Are you using it much more? Because it's like you're not washing your hair that day. The other person is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're still using the stuff as much as you would, but it's like someone else is doing the washing.
Yeah.
Also, they say you're not supposed to wash your hair before the stylist.
They actually say you're never supposed to wash your hair.
That is true.
I have heard this.
The
No,
guy that
Sounds
used to
like a
date.
European Protestant right now.
No.
They used to. You know the guy that used to date Camila Cabello? I believe it was
Shawn Mendes?
Shawn Mendes. He said that
Good one.
he never washes his hair ever, and he hasn't washed his hair in years. He said that he claims that a monk or some spiritual figure told him never to do that, and he said he's never washed his hair since. I swear.
Shawn Mendes stan.
What?
I didn't know you were a Shawn Mendes fan.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I am a radio stan. He was on FM radio, and they took a break from the tunes and put him on. I was like, what is he talking
How
about?
come white celebrities, that's always when they want to dive into their personal life and open up, it's always about their lack of hygiene.
Yeah,
Every time.
It's like, yeah, it really is. It's like, this is what you're adding.
It's always
This
I
is what you're bringing
shower
to the
once a
table.
month. No interesting hobbies, nothing.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is how I cut corners.
Shogun is cooking then.
It's gross. It's
Yeah.
gross. CC Truth, yeah, it's crazy.
Tell them to try having black guy.
Oh, true.
Let's tell them.
We should tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the thing, is that Sean was saying that like everybody should do this. I was like, okay, maybe it works for you, buddy. This is like I don't think I could not wash my hair.
The grease would get in my eyes.
The
and I'd
grease.
be
You get
itchy all day.
greasy.
Yeah. Lee,
Do you get greasy hair, Lee?
what
if
would
don't
you
wash
think
it?
if I stopped
So
washing my
let
hair?
me actually tell you about my hair experience.
Okay. We're listening and
Um,
learning.
So I like never. Okay, long story short, I always like my hair. Like I always had trouble. It would get like oily. Like I would take a shower, and then by midday it would be oily, or I would have like an itchy scalp.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I would be so pissed. Or
Yeah.
I'd use Head and Shoulders because I thought I had dandruff. I was like, well, let me fucking use this because, you know.
Yeah.
So, it was really difficult to find like a hairstylist. But there was this girl on Instagram that I found, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks really awesome. Whatever. So I went to her and I told her like what was going on with my hair, and she recommended me a different shampoo. And I never would buy like more higher priced shampoo because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know what to buy.
Right. Yeah. Why
Especially
shell
hair-
out?
Yeah, with hair products, it's like there's so many, and it's like I don't even know like where
Yeah.
to start.
Yeah.
And she basically what she told me is she's like, you might not have dandruff. It might just be like product buildup and like
Yeah.
your scalp. It might just be like the product that you're using. And
Sure.
I was like, all right, you know, but I was like, whatever. Like, I don't think it's gonna work. But I was like, I'll try it, like, you know. So I tried the shampoo and conditioner that she told me to use or to try to see if I liked it. And literally I was in shock because I washed my hair and my scalp was not itchy. It
Yeah.
didn't get oily. And I noticed that like I didn't wash my hair for like 2 or 3 days. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Um, so uh
Madness.
it was
Madness.
the Verb Ghost shampoo for, well, I guess anybody in the chat. It's one of the lower priced shampoos at Sephora. It used to be $16, but now it's $20. But it's pretty good.
Still worth.
Yeah. Um
You
my
know what I
favorite,
like?
I just don't use anything else.
It's like the most gate-kept industry in the world is hair care. They
Yeah.
all have so many secrets. They don't want to
Yep.
tell you. They're
Yeah.
like as sneaky as mechanics, really. Hairstylists.
You know, all a guy needs is the dial 3-in-1.
That is why men go bald.
Yeah.
They're not taking care of their scalp. 'Cause,
Correct.
Is that really
So-
why?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
You're killing
No,
it.
Well,
no
you
way.
know,
You're killing
one,
cells.
one time I remember this was pre using good hair shampoo. I was at like the drugstore with my mom, and we were looking for like shampoo, and
Uh-huh.
she was using this shampoo from the drugstore that she really liked, and so we were there in the aisle looking for it. And she grabs it, and this like lady comes up to her, and she's like, "Oh, you shouldn't use that." She's like, "It made me lose my hair," and she was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, like look at the ingredients. Like it says alcohol." Or like I guess one of the like first ingredients was alcohol, so it had a lot of alcohol, and it like made her lose hair. And
Oh
my
my
mom,
gosh.
like my mom wasn't my mom because like she's getting older, she just thought that like she was losing hair. She didn't think it was like the shampoo.
Yeah.
But like she stopped losing so much hair after not after the lady was like, you probably shouldn't use that because it made me lose a lot of hair.
Wow.
And yeah, so like it's fucked up too. Like what the fuck are they putting it like? It's just random
If
ingredients.
there's
Like,
a
I don't
shampoo
know.
that is universally making people lose their hair, do you think the government should step in?
Yeah.
Like, you can't sell
It's
this
like
anymore.
that's like the makeup that was in the what was the thing in
Talc.
Josie the Pussycats?
Talc.
Did they have makeup that was poisoning people? Or am I thinking of the drink in the tuxedo?
Are you thinking of talc powder?
Sorry, what, Lee?
Oh, okay. So there's this. Have you guys heard of talc?
No.
Like talcum
Really?
powder?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
literally, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that the only way that you can get talc, has asbestos.
Yeah. Wow. No, I didn't know that.
You can't separate the two.
Wait,
So it's just asbestos?
Yeah, it has like a very low amount of
isn't asbestos what Nicki Minaj said in that one song?
So, but okay. So there was a documentary that came out about the beauty industry.
Sorry.
Okay.
I just be coming off the top. Asbestos.
Oh my goodness.
Love you, sushi
But yeah,
roll.
so they
Hotter than wasabi.
talc is in a bunch of powdered makeup products and
Yeah.
literally like talcum powder, like the body powder.
Uh-huh.
It was just I don't know why they switched to it because it wasn't always talc, and so now after that documentary came out, they'll have like talc free powders. But I was like,
Dude.
what do you mean that talc has asbestos?
Yeah.
I like a bunch of my stuff has talc in it, and I was like, what the fuck? You know,
I feel like that's shampoo and stuff with the parabens and everything. Think about what about all the ones that have parabens and sulfates? It's crazy.
yeah.
You know what I
so-
think?
What?
I don't think that company was doing as best as they could.
There was one movie I forget. I don't know if it was Josie the Pussycats or what, but they had like a makeup that would dry your skin out with a bunch of skincare stuff, and the whole thing was that it was to get the innocent civilians hooked on buying the makeup because the more you use, the more you needed to put on. So it's like an evil villain type thing in a
That's
movie.
what I think acne medications do.
And that was like, oh, pizza time! Following up on their 5 gifted subs the other day with another 5 gifted subs tonight. Thank you so much, Rusiru. Thank you so much, pizza time. It's always it usually ends up pizza time and Olibanian in a sub gifting war when a girl is a guest on NickyBato.
Never do it for the men.
Can I be honest about something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you guys have a guy on, I'm less likely to be paying attention.
It's good to know.
Thank you, Lee. Is that everyone in chat? Let us know. Do you agree with Lee? Because that will go into our.
We will ban men.
We will ban men. We're happy to.
We will actually give up the show to 2 women.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a special hater. Like I'm a little bit okay. I don't think I'm extreme, but people could say that maybe I'm a little more extreme than the average viewer. I was telling Nick the other day that one time I was asking people for music recommendations. Specifically, it had to be a woman because I couldn't stand to hear a man sing to me.
I feel like that's
Did
fair.
the opinion also have to come? Did the rec also have to come from a woman, or could a man recommend a woman?
That was fine. That was fine.
Okay.
Did
Why
it work
would you
out?
recommend?
I don't have any recommendations. I was just wondering.
You should listen to Biba Doobie.
Oh, she's cool. Did you know what she did recently?
What? Maybe.
Some girl like DM'd her on Instagram and was like, "Can you block my boyfriend? Because all he does is like talk about you." She did.
That's so funny.
That's a girl's girl. That's what's up.
That is really funny. I did not know that. Oh man, I really liked her second to last album. I think her last album was pretty cool too. I like her.
Cool.
Yeah, I think she's really cool.
She's a cutie pie. I was like, oh my gosh, who is this girl?
Lee, the thing you said about being extreme is so funny because I can always see it coming because
What do you mean?
we used to be in a big group chat with a bunch of guys, and a guy will say something like sexist, but not overtly sexist, just like vaguely sexist. And then Lee will say, so funny, like sarcastically.
Yeah.
And I'll know she's not done. And in my mind, I'm like, just let it go, just let it go, let it go, let it go. And then the bubbles will keep coming up. You're like, it's so funny how you hate women.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, cool, you said your point. And then there's more bubbles. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be an all-day thing.
Cook, Lee.
But it's cool, though.
That was recent. But, well, like, let me tell you guys. So, I used to never stand up for myself. I would never confront people. I don't even say confront. It's literally just saying my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or, like, saying my feelings, you know? And to this day, it's still pretty difficult. And especially when there's, like, lots of guys, and it's not just me. It's not just me. But I think that other of my friends have like said similar things where you will purposely act differently. You won't say specific things. You can't be yourself unless like, you know, like if it's you two guys, like but I've already like tested you. I'm like, oh, okay, if I say this, it's fine. Like,
wait, what was the test?
like I'm always yapping about you know guys, but like it's kind of like a test. Like I won't like if it's a guy or something, like I won't go guns blazing. Like I'll just maybe sneak it in. Hold on.
It is hard to like present your like
I guess that's
unabashed
with
self.
everything.
It is hard, even harder when you're not able to talk to someone face to face because you can't convey a tone as easily as you could. So you feel I feel like it's easier. I feel afraid of misrepresenting myself more in like a digital like format or over
Yeah.
text, I guess.
Yeah.
Text.
Sorry, my dad just came in to give me a piece of cake.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is
What a legend.
from the bakery.
Nice.
But what was I saying?
You were
Yeah,
saying
it's
how-
kind of it's difficult, and like I'll just kind of see how it plays out because you can tell right away by someone's response how they are. So it's not necessarily
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
somebody you want to complain to guys about because then they're just gonna be like, "Just exaggerated. I'm sure he didn't mean it that way," and I'm like, "Bro, he did." Like,
Yeah. That sounds like such an absurd response to someone telling you.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not trust someone's impression? Like, they're telling you what happened and how they feel.
that has happened to me.
I believe it. Yeah.
It doesn't happen with women at all, but men, it's constantly my opinion is wrong, and they don't say it like that. They're just like, "Are you sure?" Or like, "You probably didn't mean it that way."
So foul.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's subtle, but pisses me off.
They do it over stupid shit too. They'll get
Yeah.
like super defensive over like Into the Spider-Verse. You know?
Nick,
What?
Is this real life? What
No,
happened?
No.
yeah, Nick got kicked from our chat for that.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Nick got kicked from chat for
Well,
that.
I got exiled because I said the cartoon movie made for children 10 and under maybe isn't that great.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of like
You didn't
30-year-olds
say
were
that.
like
They all made
It's
stool
so
in
funny.
their diaper.
yeah, they all make stool in their
Did you say that?
No. My exact phrase was Spider-Verse is mid, and then I was gonna type more, and then the chat disappeared on my phone.
No way. That's really
Well,
funny.
It was a little evil of me too, because
You kicked him?
no, but right before that he said, "Should I say Spider-Verse is mid?" And I said, "Yeah." And I what I didn't finish was, "I don't agree with you, so I'm not gonna have your back on it."
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of forgot that part.
And I also knew that everybody in there loves Spider-Verse, but I was like, "Yeah, I want to see what happens." And then he got kicked, which is hilarious.
Pizza time. The hype train conductor. Thank you so much again for those 5 gifted subs. The real wild card is to immediately pull the OK Snowflake card at the first sign of trouble.
You call a man sensitive and see how he reacts.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what my favorite thing now is? When it's one of my friends or something, I'll tell them, "Dude, you sound hysterical right now. Can you calm down?"
Oh my god. That is so.
But hilarious.
That is like, that's vicious.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I feel like I'd be able to spin that around.
What
I don't
would
think
you
that
say?
would work on me. I'd be able to like
Nick, you sound hysterical.
progressively flip that and make you feel bad.
You are a master manipulator.
Yeah, a master manipulator.
Um,
God, what did you say here about Lucky Charms and Fruity Pebbles?
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
on our list of topics, you said Lucky Charms and Fruity Pebbles can't sit in milk.
They can. They get all nasty. What was my thought there?
They get all nasty.
I had
racist
something more.
cooking.
The best skill to have as a woman is to be extremely off-putting to men.
Wait, you want to know something?
Yeah,
Some guys like that, but you can't win.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Like, I swear, some of them do it on purpose.
probably.
You said you love when women are uncomfortable around you.
Yeah, that's why I let the cereal sit real long.
Yeah.
That's where it all comes in.
Dude, Lucky Charms cook. I don't know.
I understand
Charms
Lucky
do
Charms because the marshmallow's sitting in milk.
Yeah. Well, they don't
just
get the
like-
marshmallow.
What about Fruity
The
Pebbles
crunch?
though?
So good.
They get soggy
Mid.
way too fast.
Listen, every cereal gets soggy.
Yeah, that's the point. That's why I said cereals, Lucky Charms, Fruity Pebbles. I'm trying to remember the thought. I was talking to Madrone about this. I can't really remember what the thought was.
Those are the only two cereals you know.
Those are the two cereals I was thinking of.
Oh, what's your opinion on Honey Bunches of Oats?
Love them.
You know what's crazy? I never had them.
Oh,
Wait, Honey Bunches of
Are
Oats.
so
Wait.
fire. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I
Nick,
had them.
what?
I'm
You
thinking
were
of
making fun
honeycomb.
me.
I never had honeycomb. I've had Honey Bunches of Oats. Yeah, I love that.
Nick was making fun of me for eating Honey Bunches of Oats.
It's
No, I
a
wasn't.
fantastic cereal.
You were.
I
You
was
were like,
saying it
"Who
was
eats
cannibalism because you're a honey bunch.
Is that what you said?
that?"
That's
No.
pretty. That's pretty.
That was smooth.
No, that was pretty smooth.
Yeah. Now you know
I
what?
like Honey
Cinnamon
Bunches of
Toast
Oats.
Crunch makes my entire mouth bleed. My entire mouth starts profusely
But you
bleeding.
do have a sensitive mouth.
I do, yeah.
And esophagus. and
Remember?
throat.
Oh, well, remember that time?
What?
Because it was a private moment, so I'm not gonna say.
Oh,
it.
with that girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that. I tweeted about True Detective, and this girl messaged me to talk about it. And she was an attractive woman. Like, conventionally attractive. She wasn't any Lee, but she was attractive. And then she was...
Lee is conventionally attractive.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
She said something about her teeth hurting or something.
Okay.
She's talking about she was gonna get a snack to watch the next episode, but she didn't know what to get because her teeth had been hurting. Then I said, "Oh, I have really soft teeth too. I can't even eat steak." And then she said, "Mine just hurt because I did Invisalign." And that's the last I've ever heard from her. She was so off put about me having soft teeth that she dropped the entire conversation about True Detective.
No, Riz. You remember that episode, Bato, where Nick is like, "Give me 5 minutes with any woman, and I'll get better." Okay, buddy.
Nick sending that message. My teeth are so soft,
Wait,
babe.
Shut up. The 5 minutes in question.
The 5 minutes in question.
I was just trying to relate to her on a struggle she was going through.
It honestly sounds like a really sensitive message, like a
Yeah.
nice message. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she just fell asleep.
I feel has she been asleep for 2 weeks?
I hope.
I feel like if I had said my teeth hurt too, that would have been fine. I think it's that I said I have soft teeth and I can't even eat steak. That's what gave it away. I mean, that a man should not be saying that, you know? A man should say I choose not to
Not in
eat
the
steak.
first
They should
DM.
say I'm
Not on the first DM.
yeah.
You don't want to hear that.
You don't
right?
lead with I'm genetically incapable of eating steak.
It does sound like a weakness. It does sound like a big weakness. Soft teeth sounds awful. Soft teeth is so. It's so funny how she had to make sure you knew. She's like, no.
She said,
She's like, no, freak.
she
I'm
said
doing
we don't
Invisalign."
relate on this.
Yeah, you need to know how on an island you are about this.
That's
I guess sensitive teeth would have been better.
I think you did a
Yeah,
fine message.
yeah.
It's just that the chemistry wasn't there.
Yeah.
I think it's an okay message.
Botto's like, I would have said the same thing. It's okay.
Bottle loves steak though.
I like
You
steak.
can't get enough of it.
That's true, I guess. Yeah.
You have to make up for all the steak I don't eat.
I like trying to balance out the world. My teeth are like diamonds. They're like hard as a rock, and I can't eat yogurt because I end up biting. I'm like fissuring my gums because the teeth are so hard. And those are the DMs I send. I said I have really hard teeth.
I would reply to that.
You would reply to I have really hard teeth.
I should have sent her your way. You could have come in with the easiest layup ever.
I found the complete opposite of me orally. You should talk to him. He's a pretty nice guy.
I mean, I have soft teeth and I can't really swallow, so steak is the worst.
It's terrible
thing for me.
Swallow? Have you done a swallow study?
No.
They do studies on that?
Mm-hmm.
Otto puts me through a swallow study all the time, and then he never tells me the results. We're always doing the swallow test. But, no, it was worth maybe.
The guy, you always pass with flying colors. There's not really much to elaborate on. When am I gonna pull out the red pen? Take the last truth.
You're such a good friend.
The silence after was so loud.
Sometimes Nick is talking to me and he'll say something, and I just don't say anything. And he's like, "Are you there?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
So are you guys ready to DTR?
I'm single.
DTR'd.
Why don't you do this on the air?
It was DTR.
So there we go.
Here you are. Are you in it?
This is the thing about chicken, though.
Chicken, the softest of
you can chew chicken down to where it's basically impossible to choke on it. I feel like every gulp of steak is a risk, even for people who aren't me.
That's true.
You think about a guy choking, you picture a steak, right?
And I
choked on water.
What'd you say?
I've choked on water.
Well, I don't know that that's real.
I couldn't breathe.
It just went down the wrong way.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it was real bad.
Yeah. You picture someone choking on steak. You picture a cartoon character eating the whole steak, and it's in his throat like this. Right?
Yeah.
You can see the whole outline.
You know what? And I can only picture a guy choking on steak.
That's true.
I can only picture a guy cutting like half the steak and putting it all in their mouth like that, you know? And then be like, "Oh, I put too much in." A woman just eats the steak the right way, so they don't die.
You don't know what my dentist told me once?
Yes.
So I had my tooth extracted, and he was giving me instructions.
Yeah.
No, wait. He was putting something in my tooth or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Do you think that you could not eat on that side for about 6 weeks?" And I was like,
No
and he
way.
I was like, I mean, yeah, but like, he's like, "It's okay if you get like a little bit, but like, you know, like, do you think you'll be fine, or do you think like, you know, because if so, like, we'll have to do something else." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh, you," because I was kind of like freaked out. I was like, "Oh, I don't know, like, what if I forget?" And
Yeah.
he was like, "Look, and I'm gonna be honest with you." He's like, "My female patients are great." He was like, "They listen to instructions. He's like, "My male patients, they don't listen at all." He's like, "Even me as a patient, I'm a really bad patient. I don't listen to instructions." He's like, "So with that being said, do you think you're gonna?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I got this, Doc. I got this."
It's like
It seems like he gaslit you though.
Yeah.
Well, I would take it as a challenge to only eat on the side he told me not to.
You see?
Well, you said this about sports too. You said you used to be intimidated by sports, like getting into sports and following them, but then it dawned with you that if men can follow it and they're extremely stupid, then you would pick it up in like a day.
Say that.
Yeah, you did.
I would never say that.
If the doctor told you he was a bad patient, how could he? Wouldn't you want to see his diploma? Or like how could you be a doctor?
He was a good doctor. He was really good. He was really sweet.
Well, your first mistake was going to the dentist.
The dentist,
All right,
that's
let's
what do they call it?
Dude,
Snake
I had
oil?
to pull my tooth
Yeah.
out, or I was gonna get a brain infection.
Oh, because according to the dentist.
That's like when old
Yeah.
ladies from Italy tell you if you take a shower after you eat, 30 minutes after you eat, you get brain damage, you know?
Yeah. Wait, because now I'm kind of scared because I've gotten noticeably stupider, and it might have to do with my teeth if that's what you're saying.
Well, when was the last time you went to the dentist?
2013.
Yeah, pretty much for me too.
Does your mouth hurt?
Only when I eat steak.
Do you get any? So what was happening with me is because I had. Did I tell you guys that I took my driving test 4 times?
No, that's really funny though.
So I also had a root canal done like 3 times on the same tooth, and
Yeah.
so there was no nerve left. So I was just getting like weird like tingling in my ear, and I was like, "What the fuck is it?" It didn't hurt, but the guy was like, "Oh, he's like, you have a huge infection here. It could have gone to your brain. We're gonna have to pull that out." I was
He's
like,
lying
"Ooh."
through his, dare I say, teeth.
And it makes sense if it's right here.
Oh, come on. Teeth and brains, they're totally different things. I could tell you
No,
that.
but dude, the infection goes up right here.
Well, first of all, he made the problem by giving you 3 root canals.
So it was all a different dentist.
Oh,
Because I used to eat a lot
They need to
of
communicate.
salt when I was a kid.
salt?
Yeah, like Mexican candies. I would sneak them.
Oh.
My parents would say, "Don't eat that," and I'd be like, "Okay," and then I'd eat the whole bottle of like
Oh,
Kim Pat
man.
candy
Dang.
or pickles. Like I ate pickles like a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
dentists in America are actually set up as used car salesmen because they go into so much debt. Like, why don't dentists and doctors work for the government? How do they all have their own practices? Like, that's weird to me.
Well,
It seems
you know what it
antithetical
is.
to the service they're providing.
Yeah.
So then dentists take out all these loans to start their own, like, First of all, you're done with school. It's not practice anymore. You
Yeah.
So they try to sell you on all these things that you don't actually need. And
You know what? I blame our government or whoever is in charge of insurance because why the fuck are my teeth and eyes not considered medically necessary, and I need 2
Yeah.
different insurances for my fucking eyes and
Mhm.
teeth? That's
Yeah.
not medical? Are you crazy? Like,
Yeah.
it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
well, the biggest scammers in American society are doctors, small business owners, and farmers because they all have this built-in reputation that they're like noble, important parts of society. And like, well, first of all, small business owners are flatly not. Let's start there. But then there's doctors who are important to society, but the way they're allowed to it's like people say doctors are so important, so then they just operate in all these insidious money grubbing ways and nobody questions them because they're doctors, and doctors are seen as like the highest people in society. Same with farmers. A farm worker and a farmer are not the same thing. A farmer is usually a really wealthy person who lobbies against any environmental regulation that the government tries to impose, and they try to monopolize food production in their area. Like, they're really nasty people. And same with small business owners. Is not, of course there are good ones, but they are
No, they're not.
they're usually petite bourgeoisie Republicans who vote against every community interest, but then position themselves as like leaders of the community and like big names in the community. All of these groups need to be oppressed, because if you let them organize, if you let any 3 of these groups organize, they will swallow your society. They will make it all come back to them. And they just get a pass because they're seen as like the noble people of like what a kid pictures he's going to be when he grows up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're all owners. Doctors and dentists should work for the government. They should not have private practices where you can just fucking lie to people. They're liars. Like, dentists lied to me all the time. They said if I didn't get my wisdom teeth pulled, that's a major surgery that costs thousands of dollars, that I would have severe pain within a couple years. That was 10 years ago. No pain whatsoever this entire time.
The wisdom teeth, I got mine too. Exactly. Yeah. Where is the aftermath I was promised?
Literally, farmers in Europe just do terrorism and get away with it because they have the aesthetic of being farmers. So they steal working class valor, and then they like throw shit at government buildings because the government told them that they can't like clear an entire country's worth of land to raise cattle, and then they're just do terrorism, and like normal people side with them because they're farmers. But like farmers are generally very wealthy people. They own hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. They underpay their staff. Like, all right, that's all I wanted to say.
Cook. Rachel said no pain but can't swallow or chew steak.
All right,
but also no, it said they never got the wisdom teeth, and I don't care. Hell yeah, that's so funny. The first message. I agree with Nick. These groups need to be checked.
They need to be checked. They will swallow your whole society.
Yeah, and I feel like the small business owners is a brave one to say, but you're right.
Yeah.
So I second the motion. Lee, how do you feel?
Well, yeah, the medical, I will say insurance practice healthcare for profit model is disgusting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I also think it's dishonest to act like doctors are not complicit in that. They like that model.
Absolutely. They're in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the lobbying and everything, and not just doctors, pharmacists.
And it is it's like any profession. There's some that are, and then there's some that genuinely like do work for low income communities, people that don't have access to healthcare, like Doctors Without Borders, stuff like that. So but sometimes it's just what you can do.
I think this is Rachel says some small business abuse their employees know it. That is true. And also, like, I feel like Americans just have this view that like small business good, corporate bad. I don't, other than an aesthetic, I don't really know that there's that much of a difference, except for the fact corporate actually has regulations that you have to abide by. Right. Like if you work for corporate, you have to get a lunch break and stuff like that, which small business owners are skirt around all the time. Yeah. And small businesses will make you do stuff for free because they call you family and stuff like that. Yeah. Like as bad as corporate is, at least there is a check system with them. Yeah. Where
sorry.
What's up?
No, I was gonna say, so down here there's this really big tamale company business, and they're also I guess it would be considered a small business. What's the difference between a small business and a corporation?
I think corporate has overhead. Is basically the difference.
Is it like the way that you file your business?
Oh, that I don't know.
Like. So anyways, what this company was doing was they were using undocumented workers and giving them socials and then threatening them that they were going to like call ICE and deport them if they didn't work the specific hours and like low wages that they, like they were complicit in hiring them and then, abusing them.
Definitely,
basically. And I also worked for a local business.
Which one?
I'm not gonna say, but
oh no, you don't have to say the name of the business. You could say like what they did.
Oh, it was like retail. It was retail. But just they didn't have the same regulations that they had to follow of a corporation, so it's like worse.
I'll tell you what the con artists that I used to work for did.
Okay.
Now, they're a small company, engineering company, right? And so we were all mostly salaried employees with one group that was hourly, whatever. The salaried employees got no overtime, but in their model, the goal was to work for at least 45 to 50 hours a week, you know?
Yeah.
There's no pressure to necessarily you had to, but there was implication that if you didn't, you would get treated differently for when it comes time to evaluate a raise or hand out like an end of the year bonus.
That's nasty.
So the con was that, oh, it's all going to wash out in the bonus at the end of the year, which there's no way with the amount of hours that people were working that it was ever going to add up to what the bonus was. And also, they were giving people different bonuses, and there was never any transparency on how they calculated the bonus. So no one knew what they were going to get, how they got there, whatever. And also, if someone decided to quit before the end of the year was over, their bonus was not handed out. You know what I mean? They didn't get paid up to a certain point. They're not like, here's what, you know, thanks for all the work. I know someone that quit in December, which, you know, maybe you can argue skill issue to hold out a couple weeks, but like didn't get their bonus. So the company is like saving money that way. It's very toxic business practice. I actually worked only like mostly 40 hours a week because you know what I mean? Like, also, I'm the kind of person that is like, if I'm in that situation, I'll look out for number one a little bit. It's like, sit on my phone for another hour if it makes you happy. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. I'm going to bill it. Yeah. And the other thing Casey said, mom and pop shops. You know what my problem is with mom and pop shops?
What?
Where the fuck do they get the gall to make a shop out of it? You know who does that stuff best? Mom and pop.
Wait, what?
What about going to the grocery store and you get a thing of cookies, you know? That someone baked. And they package them. They taste like crap. Give me an Oreo. Give me a fudge stripe. Leave that to the Keebler elves, okay? All right? Because you are not, like my mom, if I'm having home-baked cookies at home that my mom made or your mom made or something, that tastes good. And I can taste the love in it, whatever. If I get the chocolate chip cookies that some old grandma made in her shop or whatever, that tastes like garbage, dude. Keep them. I don't want to eat that. Tastes all like extra buttery and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's not right. It doesn't taste right. Not in the right way. So leave that to mom and pop. I feel like there's a little bit of a gall with opening up.
What Rachel said is so true. No one is worse to their employees than a struggling small business. Because they'll act like this is like your fault too.
Right.
Like, you know what I would say to that? You're just struggling by the rules of capitalism. You know what? You gotta shut down because your business model is obviously unstable if you have to not pay your workers shit. You obviously can't make enough fucking money to pay people. Maybe it shouldn't be a fucking business.
It's also, why is it always labor where they cut costs? Like it's never the product that they buy from a distributor. It's always labor. It is like,
or their own profit.
Right. Labor costs money just like everything else in the store costs money. Like, you can't just skirt that. But another thing, think about 2020 when we had those uprisings in the summer. What was always the counter to the protests? It was broken windows in small business shops. It was, do small business owners deserve this?
The way
the swiftness with small business owners aligned themselves with the police because it would hurt their business for protests to be happening. Like, it was, they sold out their community immediately, like at record speed.
The speed run. It was disgusting. It really is. They poisoned everyone's mind. They poisoned everyone's mind that you had these weirdos that were like, okay, I don't think you should be tearing up your own hood. Like, why are you taking it out on the community? Like
they're in community when it benefits them. And as soon as there's any kind of unrest, they're like, we have nothing to do with this.
That's you out there. That's me in here.
And they also overwhelmingly vote conservative. Like, there's metrics on this. We're not making that up. I mean, I made it up just now, but it sounds right.
Like, I remember,
No, absolutely.
Because
I know.
I remember a discussion about, they're like, well, it's just too expensive to offer our employees health care, so we just can't do it. It's like, how do you sleep at night?
Lee's cooking.
Hell yeah. Lee, you dropped this.
Rachel said there's enough businesses.
It's greedy as hell owning a business. So true, Rachel.
You know
Hell
what?
yeah.
I also saw really okay. I guess you guys could tell that I am on TikTok a lot, but there's this guy talking about an increase in passive suicidality with like our generation, right? Like everybody wants to fucking die. I'm like, yeah. And this therapist was talking about it, and he was basically saying that like, duh, because like at least in like Western culture, like under capitalism or whatever, it's like you're young and your purpose is to make money or die and like or starve. Like, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? And so when you like get older, there's like no purpose other than like making money. And it's like, okay, well, if I don't want to do that, or if I'm you know, whatever. I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it's true. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is? Well, right now I'm fine because I'm on antidepressants, so I won't kill myself. But like,
Yeah.
purpose is. I remember going to like an existential crisis because I was like at an internship when I was in college, and I was working like at a fancy company. Well, not fancy, but just like a standard corporate company. And I was just like, holy fuck! Like, I'm gonna spend 50 years of my life making money for a company. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm gonna waste
Yeah.
my life and die.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's my contribution to like living. And it's like most people, I feel like, you know, think about that stuff, but they just have to like survive. And
Yeah.
there's no purpose. I don't
Exactly.
know how I got there. I don't know why I said that.
No, you're 100% right.
What do you think of influencer therapists, though?
Who?
Like,
Depends.
Therapists who are big on
just
TikTok.
Celeb therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's like
crazy.
log off. Get a grip.
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends. Because somehow, I don't know how, I end up on like it seems like if I get TikToks as if I'm a therapist. It's like therapists talking about therapist work, and I was like, damn, I really so some are like really bad. Like there's this really famous one that's called the holistic psychologist. It's almost like she basically runs a fucking cult.
Yeah.
So if you see her, she's very popular. She has like millions of followers. It's weird, like bad. Stay away from her.
Definitely.
I think some are really interesting, and then some are just. I think it's like any, I like education, you know, but like I feel like you have to be careful when it's like for educational purposes and like,
Yeah.
okay, are you doing it for like clout and attention, or like you genuinely care about like
I don't like when
educating
they talk
people?
about their clients, even though they don't reveal names or anything, obviously. But that still makes
Yeah,
me
that's weird.
uncomfortable. I
Definitely.
would be
that's
pissed
weird.
off if I finished a session and I got on and my therapist was talking about me.
Definitely.
Or dude, it's like Jonah Hill. Like Jonah Hill's therapist is obviously like fucking batshit nuts. Like that's
Yeah.
a quack. Like how is it ethical to make a documentary with
Yeah.
your? I don't know. It's just
Jonah Hill's therapist
Definitely.
was unethical because he gave Jonah Hill a reason to live. Jonah Hill should have turned himself into a pinata years ago. I can't stand this fucking guy.
and like honestly, like
Oh my god.
even with my like I do
I
like
like how you're ready to roll with the punches, Lee. Nick says the craziest thing.
oh yeah, I'm just like okay, I'm ready. Shut up.
The truth said, the hell did he do? The hell did he do to you? Oh my gosh. Dude,
But
that's
yeah, I mean, oh.
No, you go, Lee.
I was gonna say that yeah, there are a lot of quacks out there.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I am an advocate for it, like there probably I've had like 4 terrible experiences. Like they're so bad, and I'm just like, you
With a
know,
therapist?
this is yeah. Like I'll never forget this one when I was in college. The college ones are the worst because they're free. She was so I'm sitting there, right? And I think I was talking about like because my brother like doesn't live here, so I was talking about like, oh, you know, like I just feel like I'm not that close to him. Like, I don't know. I was like talking about that, right? And she looks at me, she goes, you know, I have another client and her brother died. So you know, you just never know what's gonna happen. So, like, basically telling me like that I should be close to my brother because he could die. I was like,
Where is that? In the...
That's bizarre.
what? Like, did you just run out of things to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even like the worst one, but like, yeah.
I think therapy school really is just a bunch of pointless hoops. Because if you're just good at talking to people, you could be a good therapist.
Yeah.
We would kill us therapists.
We should be we are.
What if
We're
we offer
TikTok
our
therapists. We're
services?
Twitch therapists. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're Twitch therapists.
Okay, just one point on the business thing. We had a long comment.
Oh, you always scroll up?
Yeah.
Here we go.
It says, big businesses don't take care of their workers. Look at Walmart. Most of their workers go to food banks. The rich capitalists still get richer. So where's it better to spend your money? I would say they both suck. That's what I'm saying. There's no ethical way to, like, yeah, Walmart's terrible, but also think about, like, unionized McDonald's is how wages have gone up for the smallest or the lowest 10% of workers. Like, it started with them. But
that's like
but you can't unionize a small business.
Yeah.
Like, they'll just fire you, and there's no one you can check about it.
well, that's like going back to what Lee was talking about how daunting this like purpose of getting money and nothing else. That's literally what you have to do to survive and everything. And the way they like really poison your mind and steer you to like generating money for them is crazy, because they're all like pressuring you. Hey, it's like you have to work until you're dead, because when you're dead you won't be able to work, and then where are you going to get money from? Because like you won't have any, you'll be broke and dead. But they're like, that's what the biggest scam I think is retirement accounts, because like it is I think okay to use a retirement account to the point where the company is matching the profit. And I think companies had to make that concession because people realized, what if I die before I get the money? You know? So like that's why the companies had to start being like, hey, we'll match your contribution so you get more money if you survive that long. So it's like, okay, I'll take that little bit of money to like save, because maybe that's my unit that I will bet on me living that long, but I'm not going to give you any more, because what do the retirement account holders do with your money? They play it on the stock market. They basically just gamble with it, right? Like, and you get some of the winnings, but you also get some of the loss too, and it's like, it's just more of the money that they're just stealing from you, and they just like are encouraging you to feed it because they want more money. And it's just crazy. It's just this poison that people are like conditioned to spend their youth working, because they might, you know, they won't be able to work later on when they're all old and rickety and stuff, and they need the money.
But you might never get there.
You might never even get there.
And then it's like you get there, and then like, because you know it's like, okay, get there. So you could say like, okay, then rich people would never kill themselves if like if that was like the thing, because obviously that's your purpose. But no, like you could have all this shit and it doesn't matter, because you still have no purpose other than getting stuff, and you can't keep getting stuff if you have all the stuff.
You said the smartest thing to me once. You said, I'll never buy a fucking stock.
I never have.
Stuck with me.
Hell yeah. Never.
Shouldn't we though?
Nah.
Buy stocks?
Yeah.
No.
Isn't that how people make money?
Some people. Not the person buying this. Not the person buying the stock.
It's like scratch-off ticket. How to make money.
I need to do sports parlays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like the same exact thing, and you make more money.
Yeah. Rachel said her last therapist ghosted her, which I'm not even sure is allowed.
Damn.
Really, Rachel? Weird. Oh my goodness.
It is.
Casey says, I work for a school district and have for 20 years. It's unionized, full benefits, dental, retirement. Upon my retirement, I will have medical for life. Never try to get rich in the capitalist world.
Cook.
There we go. And Truth is the sports betting plug. So we don't talk to the stocks guy. You need to start talking to the sports betting
No, but you
guys.
know what? Truth does this every time we have a woman on. He tries to say, see me on the side.
And salute to Truth.
That's the only The only plus about knowing like more than like some straight guys is like learning all this sports stuff that's like honestly it is kind of cool. Or not cool. I won't say cool, but I like knowing about things, you know, because I
Yeah.
feel like sports is one of those things that's like, oh, you don't know, one of those man's world things. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what are these parlays that you're talking about?
Yeah,
You know?
it's fun to learn about. I like the narratives associated with sports. That's why I think baseball is the coolest, one of the coolest sports. Not because of the sport, but it's been around the longest. So there's so much cool.
So much history.
There's so much history.
So much ass in baseball too.
That's true. Babe Ruth is so cool. He's so
fucking
cool. It's hard to process that he even lived.
Yeah.
Like, his name was Babe Ruth, fat as fuck, hit home runs his whole life, ate hot dogs. He tried to get a job with the Yankees after he retired, and they wouldn't let him because he was too much of a drunk embarrassment. Then he just drank until he was 60, then died. I mean, you talk about a life well lived. That guy. And now it's coming out that he might have been black, too. Have you heard this thing?
No.
White people have tried to claim Babe Ruth for years, and now it's coming out he might have been black. So that makes him even cooler.
What do you mean? There was no like pictures at the time?
So his pictures are like black and white, but in that like horror movie black and white, where it's hard to really tell the skin tone. Like people think he might have been light skinned black. Yeah.
No way.
I swear to God.
I didn't hear
because
about
he was at the time he hung out with black people in a way where it would have been weird if a white guy was doing that. Like he spent a lot of his free time in black neighborhoods. So now it's like maybe
How do you know that?
maybe this whole time Babe Ruth has been like white people tried to claim him and shush his black roots, you know?
Wow.
Nick, where did you hear that?
Twitter. Look it up. Was Babe Ruth black? We got 3 minutes left.
I don't even want to fact check it. I just
Nick,
I believe it.
Hold on. Pop quiz. I mean, fast question. Do you guys think that athletes should be able to steroid?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes it so much cooler.
What
Right.
what was the question? Should we steroid?
Yeah, athletes should they be able to steroid?
Yeah.
They're all doing it anyways.
I think
right?
it's funny that you say steroid like a verb.
I
Should
think-
they be able to
well,
steroid?
I think it's good. I think it's
Whatever.
good. That's using the language.
Also,
Lee.
if
I
you
like
think
it.
about it,
I
you
like it.
are.
NickyBato.
Yeah.
Nick is so mean to me.
I said I thought it was cool. I think steroids, if you think about it, you're sacrificing your own body for the betterment of the team. We should praise steroid users.
We should.
They're the most selfless among us.
Yes, I agree.
They're shrinking their testicles to hit home runs.
And growing mustaches.
Yeah. All right, let's look
Yeah.
about Black Babe
Let's
Ruth.
think. This is the first link I clicked. So it's got to be the most valid. And let's see. Oh, let me share this with the class and zoom in.
What's with these absurd AI photos of him?
Dude, yeah. What is this? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, and they keep on saying that this is we've been researching extensively.
Yeah.
And then they
You know what, though?
Is
This
there a
feels like a white supremacist website. They're probably trying to squash it.
they've been repeating the paragraphs.
This whole...
Oh my god. All right, we're
I
gonna
think
just
this
I think
whole
we're just
article
done.
was written by AI.
I think this is artificial. Yeah, I think you're right. We
Yeah.
just found an AI article. So let's just
Ty Cobb said he was black. Ty Cobb
we're on
known.
Quora now. Let's bring it over. Ty Cobb sure thought so.
Who's that?
He looks black in that picture, kind of, right?
The picture above has been colorized. So the flesh tone may not be entirely accurate, but
But the other white dudes look white. He looks kind of black.
Which one's Babe Ruth?
The middle with the hat.
this guy.
But go to the black and white photo.
This one?
It's not crazy, right?
It's not
I mean-
crazy.
No, I don't know.
It's not.
Yeah,
Wow, what a
I know.
a bomb to drop.
We'll have to revisit this next week.
What a bomb to drop at the end of the episode here. Oh my goodness. Well, I think we're all gonna ponder that and do some individual research. Everybody, that's NickyBato for the week with Lee IRL. Thank you so much, Lee, for coming on. You absolute legend. You legend. Thank you so much, Lee. Did you have a good time?
I did.
Cool. Yeah. Mission accomplished.